yeah, I'm gonna get into this. I want you to see this stuff. You know, I want you to hear it, and I wish there was some like unedited like reactions to this crap. These guys, these pastors, and see what they say. You know,
A Baptist pastor in Sacramento, California has caused controversy after he applauded the Orlando gay nightclub attack during his sermon in church on Sunday.
People say, like, well, aren't you sad that 50 sodomites died? Here's the problem with that. It's like the equivalent of asking me, what if you asked me, hey, are you sad that 50 pedophiles were killed today? No, I think that's great.
first of all, uh, calling people pedophiles for being, members of the LGBTQIA community is a false accusation. So this makes you a liar, sir, which your book says that you should not tell lies. And you are formally a liar who is mischaracterizing being gay as being a pedophile when they are not alike at all, and to paint it as something is a fucking lie. You are a lying piece of shit, and your God commands you to tell the truth. How does that feel? You're a liar. These were not pedophiles at all. This is a mischaracterization by a lying snake in the shade and wolf in sheep's clothing that this pastor happens to be. But within Christianity and within the Christian framework, none of that matters because Jesus forgives. Jesus is a forgiver, which is the fucking problem! People like this should be condemned to hell whether they have faith in God or not. They should burn anyways. Your faith should not be rewarded. You should suffer for eternity for your vile, wicked ways. You fucking piece of shit. And they say, only God gets to judge, but I'm only human. I mean, what is God? He made us this way. He made us a judgmental species. He made us the way that we are. So of course we have these feelings. It's his fault, anyways, if that's the case. But no, I am not. I will not count myself among the Christians and their flock anymore because of this. I mean, think about it. Do you want to spend eternity next to this kind of hate? Do you?
I think that helps us.
Is this the reward you want for your behavior? This is my friend. I met him back when I was in high school. This is really we had good times. The one in the middle. Very lovely individual. Quite, you know, very popular too. Very funny. Has a lot of friends. Well connected. We were friends. We used to hang out, spend some time. A long time. He has a lovely wife. He proposed to her at Comic Con or like one of the anime or like the conventions down there. I forget which one it was. But they announced it and everything over the speakers and everything, and romantic soul as well. Brian lost a brother at one point in his life when we knew each other, like way back in the day, and he was pretty sad about it. Number like 10, 20, years later, the Paul's nightclub shooting happens. Brian loses his sister, who, as we found out, went back into the club to try to go help people. Amanda Alvier was in no way and no capacity, as accused, you know, in no way was she a pedophile. You know, his poor mother has now lost two of her children, you know, two, two ultimately of her kids has she had to bury, which is a fate no parent should ever have to suffer. And now the world is full of pastors like this preaching the kinds of messages that they preach. And it would be one thing if this man were not an avatar for so much of Christendom. There truly is no hatred like Christian love. Really, there is none. These people think that what they're doing, they believe that they are doing the most loving thing they possibly can for these people by telling them that their lifestyles are sinful and hateful and that they're all going to hell. Yeah, you can't make this shit up. Sometimes reality is stranger than fiction. But if only he was alone. If only he was the only one. If only we could pin it on that.
Here's the good news and the bad news about this. The good news is that there's 50 less pedophiles in this world because homosexuals are
he mischaracterizes them as pedophiles and conflates, being a lesbian or gay with being a pedophile. This is a false charge.
A bunch of disgusting perverts and pedophiles. That's who was a victim here, are a bunch of just disgusting homosexuals at a gay bar, okay? But the bad news is that this is now going to be used, I'm sure, to push for gun control where, law-abiding, normal Americans are not going to be allowed to have guns.
The homosexuals that don't care about anything but their guns.
To push an agenda against so-called hate speech.
Oh, okay. I have so much to say about this. Laws against hate speech. We live in the...
But if the Bible is true, if it happens to be true, then Jesus, he's the forgiver, and all this hateful shit, being said by a member of religion that commands its people to love, all this hateful bullshit that and if you think this is love, I'd hate to see what you fucking people think hate is. If you think you're being a loving person towards these people, I'd hate to see how you define hatred. This is not love, and anybody who thinks it is psychotic at best. You are delusional. Period. End of story. Formally diagnosed, and any psychiatrist that disagrees with me is also psychotic themselves, because it is the objective reality that this is delusional thinking. Anybody who disagrees is incorrect, period, and trying to argue 1 + 2 equals 5. Period. The equivalent of it. That is the objective truth. It is the absolute truth. And any dissent is psychotic. Period. There's no room for discussion here. That is delusion. Period. End of discussion. Anybody who disagrees is necessarily psychotic. Out of touch with reality. That is not love. It's as they say, there's no hatred like Christian love. But God, their God, He's a forgiver. So all these sins of being hateful pieces of shit, yeah, Jesus will reward them for their faith. And for that reason, for that sole reason, that I now consider heaven the bad place, because of people like this, I will never accept the divinity of Christ. I choose to burn, and I don't care how much I suffer. I would rather burn in hell than spend eternity with these demons in the shape of men. Get fucking killed. If somebody killed you, I would nullify, because that is not a human being. That is a fucking just a demon of hatred, and that is all they are. It defines their entire being. They have no redeeming traits or qualities. And I would rather burn in hell for all of eternity than spend 5 seconds with people like that. And don't come at me. Don't. Don't you dare come here and be like, you don't know what pain is. You're gonna find out. Oh, fine. I will fucking find out. I still choose hell! Get wrecked!